2017, and we are playing some Factorio today. We're actually just going to do a quick tour of the Factorio base, which we did for the challenge, the May 2017 Community Challenge. So without further ado, we'll just go right into the game here, and I'll give you a quick tour of what it looks like. This is the starting area. I've ceremoniously given it where the rocket will be, which is right here, which we're finally reached. Now the map settings were Death World-like, as well as it had very expensive material processing as well. Like copper gears were 10 iron each, or something like that. We can take a look. Copper gears, copper gears were 4 iron plates. Steel was 10 iron plates. Everything was really expensive. I don't think there was any issues with the research. I don't think that was affected. But without further ado, again, let's get into the map. So this is where we started. This is where we set up our steam engines. And I know it's not ideal. Usually the ratio is 1 steam engine, 1 boiler to 2 engines. But after a while, that just wasn't generating enough electricity, so we said screw efficiency and we added more. But eventually we did get into solar. This is our iron plates processing, and this is our copper plates processing. The beauty with 0.15 is how I can just show you the tour via the map instead of having to run around. So here is the overview. As you can see, we have expanded to the north to get all the iron fields, to the east to get all the copper fields. There was a couple of copper fields here, but we tore them down, and now the west is wild. This is I have 3 players on the map with me, so they've been doing a lot of work. Well, at least one of them has been, including myself. So anyway, as you can see, we have all the solar panels here to generate our electricity. Our consumption was really bad. Like we would have blackouts all the time. So we just, as soon as we research robotics, we just spam these solar field arrays almost everywhere we could find space. But anyway, so here's the iron processing, and iron comes down in these 2 iron drop ones. I've decided to make the rails just 1 track double-headed trains going back and forth. So here's an example of a mine that we have set up. It's all mining drilled up, and here's the train that loads them. And I set up the circuit to balance the chests, so the chests will only load evenly across all 24 of them. So that's pretty good. So that train will travel into the iron drop-off stations. There's 2 of them in the north, and I think there's 2 in the south. Drop off the iron here and send it off to our main bus, which is right over here. Our first facility was the red signs, of course, as well as we wanted to make sure that we had a good military presence, because it is a Death World type map where the evolution factor is really high, and so is the attack. So we needed to arm ourselves really early with armor-piercing grenades and regular ammo. We also set up an early perimeter. I think the early perimeter was only up to here, like this square here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but it was just this square, and we slowly expanded it and made it a double wall all the way around with laser turrets. Here's our production of our building needs. So we have blue inserters, red splitters, red underground belts, and long-handed inserters and red belts. That was pretty awesome for us. Steel was a big issue as well, just because the throughput of iron wasn't enough to handle the need for 10 iron per steel. And it's still kind of troublesome a little bit, just because our iron is running really low. We had 1 big iron patch here and 1 big iron patch right here. And those just weren't enough. And now we're basically down to 1 in the north. But we're kind of, in the late game, we're basically done with the map, and we're just having fun. People are running around killing things. I don't know if Dave wants to show us a demonstration of him just running around, and we'll track him in a little bit. hopefully he can hear me and do that. But moving on, so that's the steel production, and once you get steel, you want to set up solar panels and iron poles, as well as train tracks. And we figured we'd need train tracks to transport all the steel that we would need. Before doing that, we had one person set up this green science setup up here. Just kind of looks very symmetrical and floral, and now it's kind of saturated with copper, but again, the iron is struggling, just because we only have one iron train running. But this produced enough green gears, green circuits at the beginning of the game to be able to help us. Well, the engines, not the engine, sorry, just producing stuff that needed green, and moving on to red as well. That helped us a lot, having this setup here. I've never seen it before, but it helped because copper wire needed, copper wire needed a lot as well. Oh, it needs one copper plate. Oh, green circuits needed a lot of copper wires. I think usually it just needs one or something like that, but this one needs 10. So that hurt our copper production for the longest time. So back down here, this is where we produce our gray signs, the military packs. Where are we making solar panels? We're making solar panels over here, in this area, near all the electric poles. I don't know why he wants to put up more solar panels. We don't need solar. But here's the engines, and that helped us, I believe, produce blue science, and help us mining drills. So that was where blue science was set up. So there's gray, blue, green, and green here, and red. And once we started hitting purple and yellow signs, we were really hurting for stuff. So we decided we had to expand. So we expanded out south here. There was a couple of copper mines here. I think there was a second iron mine here, and we extended the train network down here. So we also put radars everywhere, so we can do this sort of thing where we can zoom in into an outpost without having anybody there, just to check on the production. So moving on to the sciences, we have, oh, what happened here? What did you do? He did something. Anyway, that was caught right on camera as you did it, by the way. Anyway, purple and yellow signs were really difficult to do because we were running really low on plastic for the red circuits right here. So I'll show you our oil setup. It's down here. It's basically spaghetti at its finest. We have a little bit of uranium processing here. I'll get to that in a second. But we only had 2 refineries going, feeding our plastic production, which is only 2 plastics. But these are the only pump jacks we had at the beginning of the game. These 4. And then we had secondary pump jacks up here that we were able to get later on in the game as we expanded out in the map. Like I said, we were like this is where the wall was. As you can see, this belt here is where all our machine gun ammo was being transported to the turrets. And then, yeah, so we needed to get more oil going. So we decided to expand north, as we were already expanding north. And we expanded up to no man's land here, which is our biggest oil field. It has a lot of oil pumps, a buffer, and a train running back and forth to deliver. And now oil is basically set for the rest of the game. Like, we have another 4 oil tracks here. These 2 tanker trailers are basically full. And yeah, that satisfied our oil for the rest of the game. And that's when we started hitting low copper. So we had to expand copper. We had to actually get a bunch of copper outposts. Like I said, there was one here. Go all the way here. Like, there's very limited copper down in the south of the map, which is really problematic. And all the one down here, this wasn't even worth it. I think somebody left their tank in the middle of the forest down here. Somebody needs to get that tank. But luckily in the north we had 2 good copper fields, and the third one was getting set up. So iron was an issue, copper wasn't an issue. It's just the throughput. So we tried to expand as much as possible to fit all these smelters in weird areas. We even had a little secondary green circuit production down here just to help, and a tertiary one up here to also help feed the red circuits, because that was our main choke. The plastic, the circuits for copper, and then blue, so we can make the science packs. And after we got all that set up, we started having power problems, and that was solved by adding a lot of these efficiency modules in each of these smelters, as well as starting our nuclear power program, which is right down here. It took us forever to get the 40 uranium-235 that we needed in order for us to start producing uranium-235 instead of processing it from the uranium ore. And after that, it actually worked out really well. Let me just run down here just to show you the circuitry that we used, that we just made at one point at 3 a.m. in the morning. So this chest, this inserter inserts 235 until this has 40 in it, and then it stops, or 41, and then it stops. As you can see, the circuit conditions here. Uranium-235 until 41, output signal A, and signal A enables this. And this one just empties this chest to make sure that there's always uranium in the system for these 2 centrifuges to process. This inserter takes out a single uranium-235 if there's over 41 units in this chest. So I wanted to ensure that there's always 40 going through here. There's a lot more than 40, obviously, because there we have 2. But this inserter only removes 1 if it's greater than 41 and puts it in here. As you can see, now we're basically generating a lot of this uranium, and we're producing uranium fuel cells, which get teleported by our bots down to our nuclear plant, which only activates, it'll add one of these uranium cells, uranium fuel cells, into here if if the accumulator power is less than 30%. So right now accumulator power is at 72 and dropping, but we haven't reached that low level. As you can see, we've cleared all the biters, and because the lasers were using most of our accumulators. So that's nuclear power, and as we finalized everything, we just started playing around. And like I said, here's Dave just running around with his personal laser system, just destroying biters. We have behemoth biters and behemoth spitters now spawning all over the map. As you can see, he's doing easy work with them, just standing there, getting them to shoot him. And he's not even going down in health. Like, we're pretty set at this point. It's easy game moving forward. So we've saved this occasion. I think we've been playing this map for 60 plus hours, and I think it's been a week. 60 plus hours combined, of course. And without further ado, we've already had... Oh, all these trees are in my way. So we're going to just blow them up. And without further ado, we're going to be launching the rockets. I'm going to wait till everybody gets here. So everybody get here so we can launch a rocket. Meet at the rocket. So we're going to meet at the rocket and begin launching. So this was such a fun map. A really good challenge for everybody involved. I think Dave really enjoyed killing biters with his personal laser system. I enjoyed using tanks to clear some of the areas. I think I was going down this way with my tank to secure this site, because this was the key site here to make sure that we had enough at the south copper drop and the south iron drops, these 4 train stations, to be able to feed our four line splitters to feed our smelteries. So everybody's coming into the rocket launch platform. I think we have a satellite loaded in. And we have the rockets already at 100%. We've been doing this for a very long time. Oh yeah, everybody set up your spinners. So we can all spin. Let's stand on the outside of it while we watch the rocket launch. Stand on the splitter. Alright, Dave's gonna do the honor for us. Oh, I guess not. Dave, you wanna launch it? Give us a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is. There's the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Launch. Hopefully it launches. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. We won the game. Fantastic. That's freaking awesome. And we won the game. Time played, 67. Look at all the kills we've done. Killed 4 players. Because of the trains, I think. So, thanks everybody for watching. This was the May 2017 Reddit community map. That was in celebration of the 0.15 launch. And with that, we'll be able to save the replay and finish up. Thanks for watching.